Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait here and see if anybody is around to listen. This is Diane from the Paint Factory, and I haven't been here for months. I feel a complete disconnect with you guys, and I really wanted to come back and talk to you and tell you what I've been up to. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Diane from the Paint Factory, and I paint, and who doesn't? And I talk nonsense a lot of times, and I hope to kind of inspire, and I hope to educate. So this is where I'm coming from today. It's a cautionary tale. So this is not going to be about painting, it's not going to be about furniture, it's going to be about an experience that I had, and I want to share some of it, but try and do it rather in a negative mode, to be a learning experience so that you don't have to go through some of the things that I did. Now, I will tell you, I went to France for, I think, a week, maybe a little bit longer, to teach a class, my first class. I went to Croatia with a girlfriend of mine for probably 5 days, and then I jetted over to the UK to spend time with family. So, complete crazy month. I feel as though I've aged 20 years, but I'm here, and I wanted to, again, just to connect, and I'm just going to have a little drink of my coffee. So, what this Facebook Live is going to be about, it's going to be a cautionary tale. And it really blows that I have to do this, because this was not the Facebook Live that I intended to do. I wanted to have my first Facebook Live talk about all the wonderful things that had gone on and how my class went and blah, 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 blah. And hopefully I can do that towards the end, because I really want to end it on a positive note. But I do feel that it is my duty to help people, people similar to myself, who are maybe thinking about doing a trip abroad, whether it's an organised tour, whether you're going to be participating in a painting class, whether you've been approached to teach a class. If you are going to do these things through a third party, I am here to offer you some of my insight. So I do have my handy dandy notebook. I wasn't going to do a notebook because I really wanted to come from a place of being very authentic. I didn't want this to be scripted or rehearsed. And the more I thought about it, I realized that I had too much information to share, that me and my old brain, I need this, and for some reason I always think I need a pen. So we will go back and we will say that knowledge is power. Okay, I think that's what I want everybody to take away this afternoon. The more knowledge you have, the better prepared you are, and ultimately the better time you will have in your excursions. If you were going to do a trip or a tour or a class or whatever, due diligence will be your friend. Do it, do it, do it. And I wish to goodness sake someone had told me this before, because I didn't. This face here is one right now of complete humiliation. That's what humiliation looks like. It sucks. But I have to do it. I have to own up to what I didn't do. I didn't do my due diligence, because when I was approached at the beginning of the year, I think, by a tour company to do my first painting class, I was a little bit, I guess, awestruck, because no one had ever kind of reached out and said, you know, we will pay for you to do a class, I was like, oh, me? Really? And so I ummed and ahed. I saw a few red flags, but you know, as typical with women my age, we can very easily dismiss the red flags and say, no, I'm being paranoid. And I went into the process trusting. Don't do that. Trust will only get you so far. You need evidence. You need to do your research. And when I talk about research, again, I didn't. I was sloppy. I went into this very naively. I was lazy. I just assumed that all things work out well. I wish I would have done my research, because it would have saved me a lot of time and grief. And so I will say to you guys, do your research. It's there. Spend that time to research the company. What kind of reviews do they have? Ask for testimony from people who've actually gone on a tour or a class or whatever, and follow that up. Now, I don't know if you're aware that when you have a Facebook page, a business Facebook page, you have the option of allowing one of the tabs to be reviews. So that means that any customer that you've had, anybody you've had any kind of interaction, can leave you a review. I have that on my page. I have it on my Etsy site. I have it on my Facebook page. Right now I'm going at a 5-star rating. Occasionally you'll get the, you know, wackadoodle person who will give you a bad review because they just, it's fun for them. That doesn't matter. You have to show your reviews, because that's what people look for. Now, if you're going to go with a business that doesn't show their reviews, that should be a red flag. Why are they not showing you their good reviews? Or are they choosing not to show you the good reviews because the bad reviews outnumber that? I don't know, but it's something that you should think about. And I kind of liken it to if you were to book a hotel room and you went onto their website and the website had no reviews, nothing, and the website, all it showed was the majority of stock images that had just been taken from the website and plastered on their Facebook page, on their website, you would ask yourself, will I book a room with them? You'll also ask yourself, what's the refund policy? Because if I book with them and I change my mind, legally I should be allowed to have a refund. So these are the things that you need to be looking at. Chances are that if you're going on a hotel website, no reviews, non-refund policy, stock pictures, you're going to be like, I'm not staying there. So use that kind of analogy with other businesses. That will save you some headaches. Do not pay in cash. If you pay in cash, you have no legal recourse. So if something goes wrong, it's your word against theirs. Always use a good credit card company with good customer service. You can use PayPal if you have problems with PayPal to begin with. That might be a red flag. So there's lots of things. I mean, it's very kind of, you want to think, of course, you know, who doesn't do that? I'll tell you who doesn't do that. I didn't do that. I am like such a knucklehead. Honestly, I have been knocking myself for weeks that how did I stupidly put myself into this position by just blindly trusting something. And I'm old enough to know better, for goodness sakes. So what I want you to do is, if you know, there are wonderful experiences, adventures to be had, especially for women of our certain age, and we should be able to enjoy them. But again, if we do the knowledge, if we do the due diligence, if you see red flags, then don't say it's just you being paranoid. Go with your gut, really. And like I say, I take full responsibility. I feel, you know, I put something on my page which was going to be a wonderful experience, and I allowed my followers, who I love dearly, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And so that responsibility of me saying, come and join me, it will be fun. I should have done my homework first, and I will not do that again. The one thing I've learned is, where have I learned? Gosh, there's so many things I've learned. I've learned that if I do a tour again, I'm going to be more involved. I'm not going to use a third party. And it's going to be wonderful, because I want to turn this like doom and gloom Facebook Live to something positive. And the positive part of this trip is that I met some amazing women, and I love each and every one of them as a sister. I mean, the bonding experience was mind-blowing. We are in constant communication, and I wouldn't be able to do this Facebook Live without their support, put it that way. They have just, you know, rallied behind me. So my first experience in teaching the class was wonderful. It was just like doing something for the first time and getting such a high and thinking, why haven't I done this sooner? I loved it. It just... it was so rewarding. And you know, the pieces of the image transfer that the women did were outstanding. I mean, talk about these artists who just blossomed, you know, in the French countryside with these products that, you know, these wonderful companies had sponsored me with. It was tremendous. And I absolutely think that the way for me to go forward is to keep teaching. And so that's what I will be doing. I won't be doing anything this year, I don't think. I will be doing, I think, another teaching class. Right now, it could be again in France. It could be in Brittany with a woman that I trust with my life. And if that happens, I will absolutely let you know. But let me tell you, if it does happen, then the organization part, the money part, everything is going to go through me and her. And it's going to be a joint venture. And now that I have all this, and now that I hope that you have all this, you will be much more aware of what to do, what to ask, and how to go forward and have a wonderful trip, because it can happen. And like I say, I have some wonderful experiences. So I'm gonna kind of like hand it over to you guys, and like I say, this was my first teaching class, so I am assuming that there are teachers out there who are either watching now or maybe are watching it on replay, who have more insight as to how to make a tour or an experience more successful. And if you have that, please write them in the comments and I will share them, because ultimately at the end of the day, we are women and women have to support women. We are going to have our disagreements, we are going to back and forth, and that's what we do, but ultimately we have to do it out of respect and a common goal. And the common goal for me is to teach people, make it be fun, make it be respectful, and enjoyable, and so that when you come back to your country of origin, you will feel better for it and not feel that you have aged 20 years. So I think I'll wrap it up now, because like I said, I don't want to be like, oh, it's miserable, oh my God. I just wanted this to be kind of like a welcome back, but let you know what's been happening in my life. It's been crazy. It's been like me crying like a baby, what the heck. Just feeling so sorry for myself for putting myself in this situation when I only have myself to blame. So please, don't do that. It's not worth it. I think if we go back to sharing the knowledge, supporting each other, we can have fun. So hopefully my next live is going to be about painting, because I haven't painted in forever, other than the teaching class, but that was on small wooden boards. But I want to get back to painting, and I want to get back to my small little cramped garage, and begin to feel more inspired and looking forward to my next adventure. So I thank you all for listening to me. I hope you don't see it as being me venting. But if you have any questions, or you want to send me a private message about whether it's your experience or whether your future thing that you have going, please just let me know, and if I can help you, I will help you. And again, I appreciate every one of you. I thank you so much for being on my page, because my page just means the world to me. So thank you.